The Gospel of Judas, based on the Coptic text of Codex Tchacos. Narrated by Michael Anthony Scott. Adaptations by Garcia Mann. Produced by Thought Audio. Omitted text for this title is indicated by this ring.
This is a secret message of judgment. Jesus spoke with Judas Iscariot over a period of 8 days, 3 days before he celebrated Passover. When Jesus appeared on earth, he did signs and miracles and great wonders for the salvation of humanity. Some walked in the way of righteousness, but others walked in their transgression. To this end, he called the 12 disciples. He began telling them about the mysteries beyond the world and what would happen at the end. He did not reveal himself to his disciples often, and at times they would find him in their midst as a child. One day, Jesus was with his disciples in Judea. He found them sitting together practicing their piety. When he came up to his disciples sitting together praying over the bread, Jesus laughed. His disciples asked him, "Master, why are you laughing at our prayer? What have we done? What we are doing is right." Jesus answered and said to them, "I am not laughing at you. You are not doing this because of your own will, but because through this your God will be praised." They said, "Master, you are the Son of our God." Jesus said to them, "How do you know me? Truly I say to you, no generation of the people among you will know me." When his disciples heard this, they started to get angry and furious, and started to curse Jesus in their hearts. When Jesus noticed their ignorance, he asked them, "Why are you letting your anger trouble you? Has your God within you and his stars become angry with your souls? If any of you is strong enough among humanity to bring out in front of me the perfect mortal, then stand up and face me." All of them answered and said, "We are strong enough." But their spirits were not brave enough to stand before him, except Judas Iscariot. He was able to stand before him, but he could not look at Jesus straight in the eyes and turned his face away. Judas said to Jesus, "I know who you are and from where you have come. You have come from the immortal realm of Barbelo, and I am not worthy to utter the name of the one who sent you." Knowing that Judas was thinking about what is exalted, Jesus said to him, "Come away from the others, and I will tell you the mysteries of the kingdom. I tell you these things, but you will not go there. You will exceedingly grieve, because someone else will replace you to complete the 12 disciples before their God." Then Judas asked Jesus, "When will you tell me these things? And when will the great day of light dawn for the generation?" But when Judas said these things, Jesus left him. The next morning, Jesus once again appeared to his disciples, and they asked him, "Master, where did you go? And what did you do when you left us?" Jesus answered them, saying, "I went to another great and holy generation." His disciples asked Jesus, "Lord, what great generation is better and holier than ours that is not in these realms?" When Jesus heard this, he laughed. He answered them, saying, "Why are you wondering in your hearts about the strong and holy generation? Truly I say to you, no one born of this realm will see that generation. No army of angels from the stars will rule over it, and no person of mortal birth will be able to join it, because that generation does not come from the despoiled that has become a great ruination. The generation of the people among them is from the generation of the great people. the powerful authorities who rule beyond these realms, not the powers of deceit by which you rule." When his disciples heard these things, they were each troubled in their spirit, but they could not utter a word. Another day Jesus came up to them. They said to him, "Master, we have seen you in a dream, because we had great dreams last night." Then Jesus asked them, "Why have you hidden yourselves?" They answered, saying, "We saw a great house with a great altar in it, and 12 people, we say they were priests, and a name." A crowd of people was waiting at the altar until the priests finished receiving the offerings. We also kept waiting. Jesus then asked, "What were the priests like?" His disciples answered, saying, "Some fast for 2 weeks, others sacrifice their own children, others their wives, praising and humbling themselves among each other. Others fornicate with men, others murder, yet others commit many sins and do criminal things." Then we beheld that the people standing before the altar invoke your name. In all their sacrificing, they filled the altar with the offerings they received. When the disciples finished saying these words, they fell silent because they were troubled. Jesus asked them, "Why are you troubled? Truly I say to you, all the priests standing before that altar invoke my name. Again I say to you, my name has been written on this house of generation of the stars by the human generations. They have shamefully planted fruitless trees in my name." Jesus then said to them, "You are the ones receiving the offerings on the altar you have seen. That is who you are. That is the God you serve, and you are the 12 priests you have seen. The animals you saw brought in to be sacrificed are the crowds you lead astray before the altar. Your false god will stand up and use my name in this manner, and the generations of the pious will be loyal to him. After him, another one will falsely lead those who commit fornications, and another for those who murder children, and another for those who sleep with men, and yet another for those who fast, and the rest of those with impurity, crime, and error in their hearts. Those who shout, 'We are equal to the angels,' they are the stars that finish everything. They have said to human generations, 'Look, God has accepted your sacrifice from the hands of priests.' But that is the dark one of error speaking. The Lord who commands is the Lord over everything. On the last day, they will be found guilty." Jesus said to them, "Stop sacrificing, which you have offered over the altar. Those who falsely rule over your stars with your angels have already come to their end. Let the rulers be ensnared before you, and let them go." His disciples said to him, "Cleanse us from our sins that we have committed through the deceit of the angels." Jesus said to them, "It is not possible to cleanse you, nor can a fountain quench the fire of the entire inhabited world, nor can a city well satisfy all the generations, except the great enduring one. A single lamp will not illuminate all the realms, except the second generation, nor can a baker feed all creation under heaven. And to them, and to us, and..." When the disciples heard these things, they said to him, "Master, help us and save us." Jesus said to them, "Stop struggling against me. Each one of you has his own star, and from your stars you will get what belongs to it. I was not sent to the corruptible generation, but to the strong and incorruptible generation, because no enemy has ruled over that generation, nor any of the stars. Truly I say to you, the pillar of fire will quickly fall, and that generation will not be moved by the stars." When Jesus said these things, he left, taking Judas Iscariot with him. Jesus said to Judas, "The water on the exalted mountain is from the highest place. It does not flow to water the well of the tree of the fruit of this realm. After a time, but came to water God's paradise and the enduring fruit, because it will not corrupt that generation's path through life, and it will exist for all eternity." Then Judas asked Jesus, "Tell me, what kind of fruit does this generation have?" Jesus answered and said, "The souls of every human generation will die. However, when these people have completed the time in the kingdom, and the Spirit leaves them, their bodies will die, but their souls will live, and they will be taken up." Then Judas asked Jesus, "What will the rest of the human generations do?" Jesus answered, "It is not possible to sow on rock and harvest its fruit. In the same way, it is not possible to sow on the defiled generation, along with the perishable wisdom and the hand which created mortal humans, so that their souls may go up to the realms above. Truly I say to you, no ruler, angel, or power will be able to see the places that this holy generation will see." When Jesus said this, he left. Judas said, "Master, just as you have listened to all of them, now listen also to me, because I have seen a great vision." Jesus laughed when he heard this. He said to Judas, "Why are you agitated, you 13th demon? Speak up, and I will bear with you." Judas then said to Jesus, "In the vision, I saw myself. The 12 disciples are stoning me and rapidly chasing me. I also came to the place where I had followed you. I saw a house in this place, and my eyes could not measure its size. Great people surrounded it, and that house had a roof of greenery. In the middle of the house was a crowd. Master, take me in this place with these people." Jesus answered and said, "Your star has led you astray, Judas. No person of mortal birth is worthy to enter the house you have seen, because that place is reserved for the holiest of holies. Neither the sun nor the moon will rule there, nor the day, but those who are holy will always stand in the realm with the holy angels. Look, I have told you the mysteries of the kingdom, and I have taught you about the error of the stars, and spoke of those sent on high over the 12 realms." Judas then asked Jesus, "Master, could it be that my seat is under the influence of the rulers?" Jesus answered and said to Judas, "Come, let me tell you about the holy generation. I will tell you, not that you will go there, instead, to show you how much you will grieve when you see the kingdom and all its generation." When Judas heard this, he asked Jesus, "What good has it done me that I received this vision? For you have set me apart from that generation." Jesus answered and said, "You will become the 13th, and will be cursed by the other generations, but will come to rule over them. In the last days, they will curse your ascent to the holy generation." Jesus said, "Come, and I will teach you about the mysteries that no human will see. For there exists a great and boundless realm, whose horizons no angelic generation has seen, in which is a great invisible spirit, which no eye of an angel has ever seen, no thought of the heart has ever comprehended, and it has never been called by any name." Suddenly, a luminous cloud appeared there. The spirit that appeared inside the cloud said, "Let an angel come into being to attend me." Then a great angel, the self-begotten, the God of the light, emerged from the cloud. Because of him, another 4 angels came into being from another cloud, and they attended to the angelic self-begotten. The self-begotten then said, "Let a realm come into being." And it came into being, just as the self-begotten said. He created the first luminary to rule over it. Then he said, "Let angels come into being to serve it." And myriads of angels without number came into being. Then the self-begotten said, "Let a luminous realm come into being." And it came into being. He created the second luminary to rule over it, along with myriads of angels without number to offer service. That is how the self-begotten created the rest of the enlightened realms. He made them to be ruled by them, and created for them myriads of angels without number to assist them. Adamus was in the first cloud of light that no angel could ever see among all those called God. Then Adamus begat Seth in that place, after the image of, and after the likeness of this angel. He made the incorruptible generation of Seth appear to the 12 luminaries. Then he made 72 luminaries appear in the incorruptible generation according to the Spirit's will. Then the 72 luminaries themselves made 360 luminaries appear in the incorruptible generation according to the Spirit's will, so that their number would be 5 for each. The 12 realms of the 12 luminaries make up their Father with 6 heavens for each realm, so that there are 72 heavens for the 72 luminaries, and for each one of them 5 firmaments, for a total of 360 firmaments. They were given authority and a great army of angels without number for glory and adoration, along with virgin spirits for the honor and service of all the realms and the heavens with their own firmaments. The multitude of those immortals is called cosmos, that is, perishable, by the Father, along with the 72 luminaries who are with the self-begotten and his 72 realms. That is where the first human appeared with his incorruptible powers. In the realm that appeared with his generation is the cloud of knowledge, and the angel who is called El. After these things, said, "Let 12 angels come into being to rule over chaos and the underworld." Then from the cloud there appeared an angel whose face flashed with fire and whose likeness was defiled by blood. His name was Nebro, which means rebel. Others call him Yeldabaoth. Another angel, Saklos, also came from the cloud. Nebro created 6 angels, as well as Saklos, to be assistants. These produced 12 angels in the heavens, with each of them receiving a portion in the heavens. Then the 12 rulers spoke with the 12 angels, "Let each of you, and let them, generation, 5 angels. The first is Jaoth, who is called the Good One. The second is Harmathoth, the Eye of Fire. The third is Galilah. The fourth is Jobel. The fifth is Adonios. These are the 5 who ruled over the underworld and are the first over chaos. Then Saklos said to his angels, "Let us create a human being after the likeness and the image." Then they fashioned Adam and his wife Eve, who in the cloud is called Life, because by this name all generations seek him, and each of them calls her by these names. Saklos did not command, except among the generations, which this..." And the angel said to him, "You shall live long with your children." Then Judas said to Jesus, "How long is the time that a person will live?" Jesus answered, saying, "Why are you wondering about this? Adam, with his generations, lived his lifespan in the place where he has received long life in his kingdom with his ruler." Then Judas asked Jesus, "Does the human spirit die?" Jesus answered and said, "This is how it is. God commanded Michael to give spirits to the people so that they might serve. Then the Great One commanded Gabriel to give spirits to the great generation with no rulers over it. That is, the spirit along with the soul. The rest of the souls. Light. Around. Let. The spirit which is within you, which you have made to live in this flesh, among the generations of angels. Then God caused knowledge to be brought to Adam and those with him, so that the kings of chaos and the underworld might not rule over them. Then Judas asked Jesus, "So what will these generations do?" Jesus said, "Truly I say to you, for all of them, the stars complete all these things. When Saklos completes the lifespan that has been determined for him, their first star will appear with the generations, and they will finish what has been said. They will fornicate in my name, murder their children, and they will my name. After that, will bring the 12 tribes of Israel from, and the generations will all serve Saklos, sinning in my name, and your star will rule over the 13th realm." Then Jesus laughed. Then Judas asked Jesus, "Master, why are you laughing at me?" Jesus answered and said, "I am not laughing at you, but at the error of the stars, because these 6 stars go astray with these 5 warriors, and they will all be destroyed, along with their creations." Then Judas asked Jesus, "What will those do who have been baptized in your name?" Jesus answered and said, "Truly I say to you, this baptism, which they have received in my name, will destroy the whole generation of the earthly Adam. Tomorrow they will torture the one who bears me. Truly I say to you, no hand of a mortal human will fall upon me. Truly I say to you, Judas, those who offer sacrifices to Saklos, everything that is evil. But you will exceed all of them, because you will sacrifice the human who bears me. Your horn has already been raised, your wrath has been kindled, your star has ascended, and your heart has strayed. Truly I say to you, your last days have arrived, and the thrones of his realm have been defeated. The kings have grown weak, the angelic generations have grieved. The evil they sowed is destroyed, and the ruler's realm is ended. Then the fruit of the great generation of Adam will be exalted, because before heaven, earth, and the angels, that generation from the eternal realms exists. Now you have been told everything. Lift up your eyes and see the cloud with the light in it and the stars around it. The star that leads the way is your star." Then Judas lifted up his eyes and saw the luminous cloud, and he entered into it. Those standing on the ground heard a voice from the cloud saying, "The great generation, image." After this, Judas did not see Jesus anymore. Immediately, there was a disturbance among the Jews, because Judas had gone into the guest room to pray. Some scribes were watching Judas closely so they could arrest him during his prayer, because they were afraid of the people, since they all regarded Jesus as a prophet. They approached Judas and asked him, "What are you doing here? Are you not Jesus' disciple?" Then he answered them as they wished. Then Judas received gold and handed Jesus over to them.